Good morning. It smells so good in the woods this morning. It's about 8 o'clock and short day today. Short day, but tough for the next 3 days. We've got lots of climbing and the hardest mile of the trail, I think, is tomorrow. Today's trail actually reminds me a little bit of the South. It seems like a trail. Not a lot of roots or rocks, not a lot of mud, just some dry brown leaves. It's kind of nice. My soul needed this. I know, actually my spirit probably, but I know it's gonna get harder second half of the day. There'll be some scrambles, most likely some mud, but for right now, I'm just enjoying this. As you can see, I switched back to my Between the Blazes tank top today. I was mostly using this sun shirt for bug protection here in Maine, and it worked great. I could spray the shirt and not myself, but the humidity is getting high and the temperature is getting high the next few days, and I just sweat a lot. I sweat a lot. And so, although the shirt does dry pretty well, not in the humidity, and it collects moisture, so this is just less fabric for me to wear. And most of Maine is not exposed, so I don't have to worry too much about the sun. Today I will go over some exposed rock, but not for very long. And so I would rather be cool, and the bugs aren't too bad. At least I haven't noticed them yet. I've been going down some stairs for a little while, and someone said there's like a 7/10 of a mile staircase. I wonder if this is it. As I take a break here at a shelter and grab some water, I wanted to give a quick and honest review of the cabin in East Andover, Maine. It is a very iconic hostel, and Honey is just wonderful. Super sweet, has a lot of history, which I think is great, and everyone there is kind and welcoming and truly wants the hikers to have a really nice experience. That said, it's disgusting, and I don't just mean dirty. Like Uncle Johnny's was dirty, but this place reeked of mold. The refrigerator, I would be afraid to put food in it. It just looks like it hasn't been cleaned in 50 years. And clean is one thing. I'm okay with not clean, and it was, spider webs everywhere is okay, but mold isn't. And so if you have any health concerns with mold toxicity or are sensitive to that, I think with the hostels, it's really about managing expectations. And that could be a real disappointment for someone getting there that has any sensitivity to mold. I was very lucky, and I was able to be in the main house, so there is a private room there. And I think, I'd rather be outside than be in the bunk room because of that. And the kitchen downstairs, it looked like there was dirty dishes and silverware for months just sitting there. I have no idea about the contents of the refrigerator. And so, it's unfortunate. Dinner there they provide for a fee, and it was great. They did a really nice job with chicken on the grill and potato salad and corn on the cob, ice cream and brownies for dessert. Breakfast was overbaked Wonder Bread French toast. The egg casserole was really super dry. I don't even know what was in it. There was lots of potatoes, leftovers from dinner, which, hey, I get leftovers. I love leftovers. But the pancakes were okay. I don't know how you can screw up pancakes too bad. And the biscuits were really not good either. And so it was a mixed experience. I'm glad I went and met Honey, and I tried to keep my expectations in check. I think my only concern would be the health risk of being in all of that mold. After a quick snack and getting some water at the shelter, it's 11 o'clock, and so that was about 4.5 miles in maybe 2.5, just under 3 hours. Main miles, they're always slow, but that was the easy part of my day. And so now I climb up to Bald Pate. There are 2 peaks, and so this will be a challenge. The weather is still really nice. There's a cool breeze. My energy is good. I think that's partially due to knowing I have a shorter day. Even though it will be strenuous, it won't be long. My mind has been on my next resupply. I've been lucky to only have to carry about 3 days these last few weeks. I think something like that. No, last week and a half. And that's been good because my shoulder's not doing well, especially because I've had some almost falls and caught myself with my shoulder. And I feel like I've torn some things in there. It really hurts to carry the weight of the pack. And so this next stretch will be a 5-day resupply. And I'm going to switch things up a bit. I'm going to look for the lightest weight, highest calorie foods, no matter what they are, kind of. Yikes. There's a guy out there on YouTube called Gear Skeptic that I did a lot of research with right before my hike. And so I'm going to revisit some of those YouTube videos when I get into town tomorrow. And I avoided a lot of the foods that are high calorie, low weight because of the preservatives, processed food thing. But for this next stretch, I'm going to see what I can find from that list, and hopefully my body won't react. This is where it starts to get slabby. Look at this tree. Looks like a dinosaur or something, but so resilient. And I heard that indigenous people used to bend trees like this to mark a path. I wonder if that's what happened or if it just got knocked over, injured or something. So pretty. More rock slab. Actually don't mind climbing on the slab. Well, at least there's a ladder. I find it odd to see things like that in the middle of the woods sometimes. Odd, but helpful. Close to the top, I think. What I thought was the top was just more rock. Quite all the way up just yet, but there is a pretty amazing view. Looks pretty hazy and foggy out there. Up here you really follow the cairns, and I can see them way off in the distance, so I know I'm going up there. But it looks like I missed a blaze, and I'm going down there first and then back up the other side. Just over there, went through those trees, and now I'm up here. Back in the woods for a little before I get to the summit. I'm gonna need both hands for this. There it is. There's the summit of this part. Although I guess with the cairns and the blazes, go around this way. So I've been doing some thinking today about my mood because it's elevated, and I'm curious as to why that is. Today is just as hard, if not harder, than some of the other days. So it's not about the hike being hard that brings me down. I think part of it is that it's a shorter day. And so I know that although I'm going to be doing lots of work, it isn't all day. I won't be rolling into camp at 5. That to me is just exhausting. But the other piece, I think, is the element of awe that I get up here. And awe has been studied in alleviating depression and even addiction. So I think there's something about the neurochemicals and the way that awe affects the brain. And today it's making me really happy. It's making me really happy to be hiking out here, which I have really missed. And today the gratitude is so easy because I get to be here. I get to have lunch here. And this is my view. Right there, yeah. It's hard work getting up here. You know, I think another thing that makes today better is my shoulder. The change in terrain allows me to not use my trekking poles, which makes a huge difference in how my shoulder feels at the end of the day. And the variety is really helpful. And today I'm doing something different, and that's nice. Today's lunch on the mountain is a sun-dried tomato wrap with tuna and more sun-dried tomatoes. Sometimes it looks like you're gonna walk right off the edge. And sometimes you kind of do. From all the way up there. And now I'm heading all the way down through here. And then over there, down there, and then back up there. It's hard to believe I came all the way down there already. I think the other thing that influences my mood today is that this feels like an adventure. Not like just this painful push more than I want to suffer fest. It feels fun and magical and still hard. Another ladder to climb. That was fast. I'm at the West Peak already. So I guess it's just down to the shelter from here. It's nice to be able to slow down, have a long lunch, enjoy my surroundings, still push myself, and be done with the day by 3 o'clock. Hopefully I'll be done by 3. I know I said earlier that it's best not to have expectations, but that doesn't mean you can't have desires. And I was able to do some yoga on the lawn last night and yoga in the space of the, like right in front of the bed before the closet on the floor this morning. And it would be great if there was a spot at the shelter for yoga when I get there. Just putting it out there. Well, I made it. It's not even 3 yet, and I am all set up. My clothes are hanging out. There's still that musty smell from the washer and dryer at the hostel. I have my water for the day, the night. I've got socks and shoes hanging out in the sun, things to dry. Everything's all set. And later on, I'll get into my bear can for some food, filter my water. And now I'm going to use this nice flat spot for a little bit of yoga before anyone else shows up. There's the shelter. To the left is the privy. Down here is the water source. And it's just really nice finishing up the day early with time to spare to rest, read, relax, stretch, and know that I'm done for the day. It feels really good. I'm really happy to be done for the day. As you can see, I am resting in my hammock, and the sun is still out, but it's cool, and I think it'll be a chilly night. I had my cheese and crackers, and I really like having cheese and crackers on trail. I don't know if I'll get it again for this segment because, as I mentioned, I'll be carrying 5 days of food. I want to carry the lightest weight possible, and I don't know if cheese and crackers are the thing. But I really do enjoy it. And so far I'm digesting the cheese. It did start to mold after about 3 days. And so I just cut the moldy part off and all was well. And the crackers I chose are Triscuits. And I like Triscuits. They were the garden herb. So, yeah, that was fun.
And to supplement my cheese and cracker dinner, I have these. Yeah, I found them at the little store. Camel, kangaroo, alligator, and ostrich jerky. That'll be fun. I'm not sure which one I'll try first.
So the ostrich one was okay. It was okay.